Trust me, you're making the right decision doing this week's video. Alright. Oh, and we're recording. Hi everyone, I am Blue Ink, I'm Sunset Shimmer, and I am Starlight Glimmer. This week's Thoughtful Friday video was almost cancelled because, well, Blue Ink has been a little, shall we say, tired and depressed. Yeah, depressed. Yeah. Still with the winter blues and sadly coming up to the 1 year anniversary since my father's passing. Yeah. And plus, really, I wasn't finding a whole lot of stuff to really talk about, so I thought, you know what, let's just cancel this week's Thoughtful Friday. But, these two come up to me and just say, no, we're going to do Thoughtful Friday. And to try and cheer me up, they actually played for me a really nice little fan-made music video by Yami Tay, hope I'm saying it right, with the song Your Heart Will Always Lead You Home. A song from the Tigger movie. One of the best Disney movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And it worked, didn't it? Yeah, it worked. It's a beautiful song, and the music video was very well put together. So that's going to be the first of 2 recommendations today. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm not just doing this because, these two encouraged me to do it. No, I'm doing it because, well, they helped me to, well, I guess they have encouraged me to continue doing this rather than just giving up on it. Yeah, and you got a habit of just giving up on doing things, I mean, that's why the last few years there wasn't much on your previous channel. Ouch, but true. Very true. Anyway, sorry for the depressing notes here on the beginning of this video. This is the 6th episode of Thoughtful Friday. Sadly, no pictures for today, but we do have a few items to show off. And a lot of interesting stuff to really talk about. And today's video is primarily all going to be Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends. Or Thomas and Friends, if you guys want to simplify that. Yeah, or Thomas and Friends, yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll get started with our first topic of discussion today, which is in regards to the weekly Friday YouTube uploads on the main Thomas and Friends channel of, well, classic series Thomas episodes. I haven't really ever talked about those because, 1, I keep forgetting to talk about it, and 2, well, it's not really something I ever thought about talking about. But, well, here we are now, we're talking about them. The episodes in question, if I can remember them all right, are... Help me out here, girls. Oliver Owns Up, Tender Engines, One Good Turn, Bulldog, Steamroller. Yeah, Steamroller. Oliver's Find, Thomas Percy, an Old Slow Coach, James and the Red Balloon, and Edward the Very Useful Engine. Thank you, girls. Yes, those episodes have been released on the official YouTube channel. Now, personally, what do we think of those episodes? Before you hear my personal thoughts, and sorry for the shaky camera, why don't we hear what these two have to think? Well, it's kind of jarring, because really, we're just getting a whole bunch of episodes out of place and out of order. But at the same time, too, it's classic episodes in full. There's no cutting to All Engines Go or CGI or anything like that. No, it's just pure, original, classic episodes. It's really amazing stuff when you think about it. Yeah. And for the seasons 3 to 5 episodes, they're still in their 4:3 cropped versions, rather than being expanded to widescreen of 16:9. We've seen a lot of those, and there's a lot of frames missed out of those ones. A lot of bits missing too, but no, thankfully the official YouTube releases are still in their original style. And then we get to season 6, when they are 16:9. And oh boy, did we see things that we didn't even think about before. Indeed. And this is something I keep forgetting to talk about since it got posted, was James and the Red Balloon. Now, I'm sure many UK fans had noticed this, but personally, I hadn't noticed this, and Starlight and Sunset hadn't even noticed it until we actually watched the episode together. It involves Percy in the beginning of the episode. We see Percy puffing up right beside Thomas. In the 4x3 shot, you think it's just him, because when Thomas departs, it's just Percy. But then, when you're watching the 16x9 version, you'll see that right behind Percy are some trucks. And then in the next shot, they're suddenly gone. Yeah, like, what? Discord, did you have something to do with that? I personally hope not. If he's behind this, I'm gonna blast him again. Let's hope you don't have to do that. Again. I think originally they wanted to include Percy bringing in some trucks, but forgot to film a shot where he shunts the trucks away. Either that or they just took him off set afterwards. Still, it does leave one to wonder, where are Percy's trucks? It is quite the mystery, that's for sure. And I didn't even notice that until we saw that version. And we've seen the UK dubs. And yet, I never even noticed that before. Can't say we have either. Really is interesting what you can find in just these new releases of the episodes. Indeed. And speaking of, what do you two personally think of, these episodes? As I was saying, yeah, they're interesting, but they're pretty cool. And I'm glad we got them. Indeed. I mean, seriously. They could have not posted them, but, they're posting them. And for that, well, we applaud you, Mattel, for releasing these episodes. So thank you. And keep it up. We would love to see more. And considering this is Friday, we're going to see one more. I wonder what episode that will be. Probably by the time this video comes out, we'll know for sure. Personally, for me, the episodes are all out of order, but you know what? I'm happy with that, so can't really complain. Can't complain. All right, next up, really, it's kind of a mini addition to the collection videos. Basically, I want to show you guys two items in particular. You might have seen them in the past, but they've officially been added into my wooden railway collection. The Brio models. Brio Skarloey, which has a very accurate Skarloey face. Oh, and Spooky's trying to get into the shot again. And Sir Handel. Seriously, that face. Brio certainly does know how to make excellent faces for the engines. But that's all we have for now. Can't say I'm going to get into collecting right now because, one, it's tax season, and two, trying to get things organized around here. But what do you guys think? Do you think I should get into collecting more Brio? Absolutely. As long as you can find them for good prices, then yeah, for sure. Because look at these things. They're amazing. So, what do you guys think? Should I get into collecting more Brio? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I just knocked over the tablet stand. Silly me. And of course, we have to talk about the most recent updates to Wonders of Sodor. Now, I did originally say I was going to print off some pictures of some of these screenshots, but, never got around to doing that. But thankfully, I don't have to, because very soon we'll be getting the game, because it's coming out on March 17th this year. I am personally looking forward to the game's release, and we will be getting it on the Switch. And now, I want to kind of make a little bit of a mini announcement for you guys. Would you like to see me play this game right here on this channel? It won't be anything fancy like whatever Markiplier or any other gamers do. For me personally, it's just going to be, the physical Nintendo Switch right in front of the tablet's screen. And with Sunset and Starlight on either side of me. Yeah, we'll be there. Because we really want to see this game. If it is something you guys want to see, we'll do it. Although I think we're going to do it anyways, right? Yeah, I think so. But I'd like to hear your thoughts, everyone. Would you like to see that happen? Just let us know in the comment section, and we'll make sure to, make it happen. And hopefully that should be my last Nintendo Switch game, because, as you probably saw in the video game video that Sunset posted, the one where she took my camera without asking me. Hey, I said I was sorry. That's okay. People really love that video, by the way. But yeah, I do have a pretty big Nintendo Switch collection. So one more, and then I think that'll about wrap things up. And also, if you guys would like to see me play some of those games, just let us know, okay? And we'll see about making it happen. Because, to be honest, I haven't really played with my Switch in a long time. Too long, if you ask me. You need to take a break. Seriously, this guy's always on the move. Yeah, I am, for obvious reasons. Let's see what else. Any news on Thomas and Friends, the 2026 show? Not that I'm aware of. Nope, I didn't hear anything new about it this week, but who knows, probably by the time this video comes out, something new will pop up. Yep. Alright, I guess then we're moving on to Custom Corner. Now, I would normally show off those Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but since today's video is specifically Thomas-centric, I'm going to leave those out for now. Plus, he didn't really get around to making any more cards. That too. But, actually, you know what? We'll save those cards for when we get to a later date. Let's say, mid-April or something, before we go down for the Brampton British Train Show. Yeah, would you all like to see that? Because I think that'd be the best option, rather than just showing it on every Thoughtful Friday. And by the way, guys, yeah, we are going to the Brampton British Train Show. We're going to be riding along with Blue Ink, as he's going to walk around the grounds. So yeah, if you hear him talking to us, or, you see him filming with the tablet or his camcorder, be sure to come up and say hi, because we'll all be there. Yep, we'll be riding along in his backpack. How will you two fit in my backpack? We're unicorns. Anything is possible. Plus, you know how powerful I am. And you wonder why some people call you OP and may not like you, Starlight. I'm teasing ya. Come on, there's a lot of people that love you. Thanks. As for how we're gonna get in there, well, that's our little secret. Alright. But anyway, yeah, we'll save those Yu-Gi-Oh cards for when we get to April. However, we do have one custom to show off today, and that's of a brand new Thomas DVD to our collection. And it's this one, Buffer Bother and Other Thomas Stories. Now, the way we did this one is very simple. We took one of those spinning wheels you can find on the internet, and I put in basically seasons 1 through 7 plus Jack in the Pack. Basically, I'm calling this the classic series Remembered. And let the wheel spin and spin and spin at least 10 different times, and it picked out the different seasons. And then it was followed up by basically episodes 1 through 26. For Jack in the Pack, there's only 13 episodes, so if it landed on 14 or above, then spin the wheel again. But thankfully with Jack in the Pack, that didn't happen. And what resulted in all that was this. A brand new Thomas DVD, featuring the episodes Buffer Bother, Pastures and Polish, Thomas Comes to Breakfast, Rusty and the Boulder, The Runaway, Thomas Gets Bumped, Thomas's Trusty Friends, Edward, Trevor, and the Real Useful Party. I had to shrink the title down to make it fit on the case here. Percy's Scary Tale, and the Spotless Record, along with Thomas's Anthem sing-along. And for the the Spotless Record, that's actually the Michael Brandon version, the one that, as far as I know, wasn't ever released on home media. And just to prove to you it is an actual DVD, there it is. And it's complete. I, of course, am going to do a few more of those in the future. As for doing a DVD similar to Whistles and Sneezes, yeah, I thought about doing that, but just some of the episode picks I had originally picked out were not to my liking. Nitrogen episodes, blah blah episodes. Yeah. They're okay, I guess, just not to my style. I really love seasons 1 through 7, plus Jack in the Pack, and seasons 17 to 21. Those are really good. And hopefully soon you'll be able to add, the new Thomas show into the mix. Let's hope, Sunset. But anyway, yeah, that's our one and only DVD, and I will post a picture of this on the community tab so that way you guys can see this one, in all of its glory. And we're also going to do a Thomas and Friends home media collection video at some point soon. So, yeah, we're going to show those off along with the others. That is going to be a very long video, but you have another video in the works first. Yes. I haven't forgotten Starlight. I'm just, trying to find the time to really get to work on it. And honestly, that's all we have for Custom Corner today. So we'll just get into our unboxing here, and that is of, the 2025 Classic Percy. The one that I got for my birthday. It's actually really simple to open this one up. I know, Starlight, you usually like to open this thing up, but, I want to show them how simple it is. All right, go ahead. Okay, maybe not as simple as that. Yeah, I think next time we'll do that for you. All right. So anyway, yep, we got ourselves another one of these beautiful brake fans. And I do plan to get a few more of these. Thankfully, there's a lot of them at Walmart. And I do mean a few of them. They're just stocked up with these. But they are flying off the shelves a lot faster than All Engines Go items. No joke. I mean, we see the same All Engines Go items on those shelves for months on end. These things, they fly off the shelves in less than a few days. True. Anyway, we have Percy's mail van. Very nice looking van. Although I just noticed they didn't put the mail logo on this side of the truck. Boo. Oh well. Still going to get a few more of those. Because what's Percy without a nice long post tray? True. And of course, we can't forget the main engine himself. Percy. You look at him. We're also going to release a little YouTube short just running him. So that way you guys can see him in action. I've been wondering, why is that a different shade? And why does it look like that? Oh well. Probably going to do a little customizing, namely with that and, his frames right there. Love how Percy's side rods look very similar to that of Nia's and Talking Thomas's. And then there's that face. Oh my God, that face. That just looks so nice. And look at that, guys. A white running board. Battelle. Stick to white running boards. Trust me, your fans will thank you for that. So, your thoughts, girls? Pretty cool model. Can't wait to see it in action. And without a shadow of a doubt, it is superb. And we're definitely going to be adding the other two in soon. And hopefully James and Flying Scotsman, if we can ever find them. If we can ever find them. Yeah, they're not as easy to find around here. Oh well, the hunt continues. Speaking of, I'll bring in Skarloey and Sir Handel here. And no size comparison. Huh. Almost the same height. Go figure. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for our Thoughtful Friday video, and huge thank you to Starlight and Sunset for encouraging me to keep going with this, because otherwise this video would have been canceled this week. Not on their watch. No, never on our watch. That's why we're here, to help encourage him. Yes, yes. And you two do find ways to cheer me up, so thank you so much. And now, to give out our Thoughtful Friday recommendations. I think we already did 2 of them, but we'll add a 3rd one in for today. And what's our 3rd one for today? Our 3rd one is rather an interesting old video from a few years ago. It's by TARDIS Rescue called Just So. It's a video that showcases what the Skarloey Railway was like, you know, in the days before Sir Handel and Peter Sam arrived. It was all filmed with model trains, and with the use of a editing software, they were able to animate the mouths and make the eyes move for the engines and even the freight cars. That is really something interesting. TARDIS Rescue hasn't done too many videos in recent years, but this video is worth watching. And it's a really nice, interesting way of seeing what Skarloey and Rheneas went through during those years when it was uncertain if their railway would survive. Which, thankfully, it has. Yes, it has. And, yeah, honestly, that's all we have to say for today. We hope you've enjoyed this Thoughtful Friday video. And we will be back next week with another Thoughtful Friday video. But hopefully, too, we'll be able to get some more videos out in the week. Oh, actually, before we do head off, if you haven't seen it already, look to the community tab, or where I post my stuff here, you know, just random posts, and you might find a new illustration that I recently just posted of James the Red Engine with a goods train. What's that one for? Well, I'd love to tell you, but that just spoiled the surprise. If you can guess what that's for, well, 1, don't spoil it for everyone else, and 2, well, I'll let you all know when we get closer to that date. Okay? Alright. So yeah, that's it for us today. I am Blue Ink. I'm Sunset Shimmer. And I'm Starlight Glimmer. Thank you so much for watching this week's Thoughtful Friday video. And we'll see you all next week with our next video. Bye-bye for now. Bye! Now, let's go watch that music video again. Yeah, the song is so beautiful. Can't argue with that logic.